Speaking of sunsets, it's my understanding that you're fond of night flights, that you use the resources provided by the hard workers of our society for recreational purposes. It's called reconnaissance, I said in defense weakly. My guts felt like they'd hit Freefall for a moment. Interesting label, that. Our data streams show there haven't been solo reconnaissance missions assigned to your squadron in the past 6 months. The last official order for a solo recon tour was completed long before you'd even had first flight. I had nothing. Forget it. What's your point? My point, Pilot Summers, is that unauthorized use of war resources is an offense punishable by far more than deck duty. In the past, persons found guilty of squandering the fruits of our labor forces have been sentenced to life in one of our resource work camps. You know about those, don't you? The mines, the subterranean factories, the frozen north. He let that one sink in for a moment while I waited for him to continue. Which is to say, at the very least, a person found guilty of such an offense would stand to lose their flight privileges for life. A half smile that didn't make it into his eyes, followed by a single tap of his fingers. Oh, good thing this investigation's all about Vance and got nothing to do with me then, I quipped, hoping I still had a way out, but I knew they had me pinned. Guts and Freefall. It's not a far stretch to imagine that secondary investigations will be in order given the range and scope of your squadron's failure. He hesitated, brushing something I couldn't see off of his shirt. Maybe that was for effect. He did things like that. I'm curious, Pilot Summers, he continued. How many pilots were lost during your last engagement with the enemy? Like I said, you've got the inks. We both know the number. My blood was like ice. Humor me. How many? This with a stare, a challenge. All of them. Everyone except for me and Pilot Vance. Sobering, isn't it, to voice the words? All of them. Every single one of them. Every one of the hours put into training them, into building their ships, gone. Except for 2 lucky pilots running gray market target intelligences, among other modifications, who happen to survive. Not that Pilot Vance is all that lucky, given her current status.